Good morning, guys. My capacity is being tested now because all of this messy action and posting content consistently and making moves, it's creating a lot of momentum for me. And there's a lot happening. I've got lots of calls on my calendar. The coaching business is progressing. There's a lot happening. I'm communicating with lots and lots of people in my community. I still have so many ideas coming in. I'm being asked to expand past my limits of what I thought I was capable of. So, do I let it all fall apart now? Or do I just kind of trust fall into it? My friend Arjun, we did meditation teacher training together, and he's also does kind of similar work as me. I believe he's calling himself a men's inner transformation coach. And he just shared something on his Instagram story that I saw this morning. And I think the quote was, life is like a hike. You don't know what view you're going to get until you take the next step or something. And the metaphor is that, you don't know what's next until you take that step. And then suddenly the view is revealed or the path is revealed. You have to keep continually stepping into the unknown. So I'm at this point now, and I think this was the point last year where I kind of reverted and I went backwards, into my past way of doing things. I'm at this point where I'm like, wow, I don't know. It's so new. It's so different. So this morning, I had the thought, you know, I've got a call in my calendar in a couple hours. Maybe, am I really going to still post a YouTube video today? And I've got all this stuff going on. And so I feel like I'm facing this test. Like, did you really let go of your perfectionism? Because now you don't have a lot of time to create these videos. Now if you get into that overthinking spiral about what topic am I going to do? Um, am I going to deliver it correctly? Do I have to retake it 100 times? Do I have to edit the video? Now life is going to get stressful. So I honestly wanted to show up here today, and I've been continually doing this kind of an experiment. I wanted to show up here today to keep testing my capacity. Like, okay, there's more energy, my calendar's getting packed. I'm stepping into this life I want to live. Can I still show up here every day? This was coming up actually on Instagram this morning because I've kind of currently been in this routine where I'll wake up and, start posting stuff. It's just been happening that way. And I started overthinking like which which quote do I post today on Instagram? And meanwhile, I could just take the latest thing that I wrote on Threads and post it on Instagram. But I started to go into, is that the right niche? Is that the right energy? That's where things start to get tough, when you start to overthink like that. So to reiterate, I feel like the way I'm being tested is that it's like, okay, am I really ready to let go of overthinking? Am I really ready to let things free flow out of me? Instead of analyzing, overthinking, can I keep this momentum going? Will I pause all of the momentum, or can I keep it going? Basically, is what I'm saying. My temptation of the mind is pause the momentum, stop, take a break, it's too much. Because continuing this momentum, maintaining my presence on YouTube and Instagram, it feels like it's outside of my capacity. It's outside of my story of what I'm capable of. If you remember in the last video, also the last newsletter, I did those drawings about breaking out of my comfort zone. I'm doing another growth behavior, right? So it's sticky and uncomfortable. There's self-doubt. This has also been coming up with setting more boundaries with people, asking for what I want. Because I'm so used to people pleasing in my life and just giving people what they want, and not setting my own boundaries and asking for what I want. So stepping into that kind of self-growth behavior has been bringing up these sticky feelings too. And it's so uncomfortable, and sometimes you don't know what the result is. Sometimes there's just this lull. We can actually listen for the quiet for a moment. And in this quiet, it can be tempting to be like, oh my God, did I make a mistake? Was I too much? Was I too myself? Did I offend somebody? Did I ruin everything? And the mind gets activated. So then the challenge can be, ooh, no, can I remember? Can I connect to this, what you're hearing now, this silence? Right? As things and energies are picking up in my life this year in 2025, can I maintain my meditation practice? Or am I going to allow my mind to run full speed like a runaway train and drag me away 24/7? Am I going to wake up and get right to work and start typing and trying to finish things very quickly? Or can I still honor the truth, which is that this layer of peace is still here no matter what's going on in my life, no matter what I'm overthinking about? This is actually something that came up. I think a lot of us struggle with this. This came up in a group call. Yes, last night I did one. Still doing a lot of experiments with pricing. I currently, what I think I'm going to do with the Creative Freedom group is I'm actually going to make it free. But you still have to apply and talk to me, and I want to hear what you're working on and make sure we're kind of going in the same direction. before I let people in there. But do let me know if you're interested. Link is in the description. We do these awesome group calls. But something came up in a different flavor with two different people, but it was kind of the same thing, and it was kind of this idea of busyness and having so much going on in life, and that being a reason why there's no time to like slow down and connect to peace and meditate, or maybe do the morning pages, whatever your chosen practice is for stillness, connecting inwards, becoming an open channel. And I'm like, no, guys, if you feel that way, that's exactly, you need it even more. Because yes, there are times in life where it's relatively quiet and it can be easier to meditate and do practices like morning pages. But often life is not like that. Often it's very buzzy and messy and noisy, and there's a lot to do and figure out and pieces to move around. That's life. So it becomes especially important to understand and continually connect to the peace and stillness underneath all of that activity. During those intensive periods, it's even more essential to connect to this. Because again, I've shared this before. You can act and do what you need to do from this connected place. And there goes the fridge buzz. That's like the noise, right? But we want to realize that yes, the fridge is buzzing. There's a lot of activity, a lot of things to do here in the world, figure out our lives and stuff. But even while that fridge is buzzing, there's still this quiet layer. And that's the place we want to allow actions to grow from, instead of stressed this stressed state. So I'm personally right now being challenged to remember that as things get busy in my life. Yeah, it's so tempting to let your mind just drag you away 24/7. It is 100% essential. And again, I'm doing two practices of 20 minutes per day, morning and evening. I actually got to say I've been slipping a little. They've been more like 12 minutes, skipping an evening here and there. I haven't missed a day of connecting to this piece and doing my meditation, but I can feel the mind is trying to pull me off my practices. So here's where I have to really exercise discipline, no matter how intense it feels. I must remember the utmost importance of reconnecting to my center every day. And now I have a responsibility to the people that I work with, and you guys too, because this is what I'm teaching. So I actually have a duty and a responsibility to myself practice what I'm preaching, basically. So yeah, testing my capacity, testing my stories of what I think I'm capable of. As things get busy, making sure I take that sacred time to go inwards, deeply present, because everything grows from that place. And if I don't connect to that place on a daily basis, I'm going to start to believe my mind when it tells me that I'm not capable of this and I have to retreat, go back to the old way, it's too much, etc. The meditation practice keeps me focused in a way. Focused on where I want to take my life, on this practice that I'm doing of growing and expanding, pushing past my limits, going into the great unknown. Look at this beautiful sunshine. But yeah, I can't lie, it's tough, and you guys are gonna experience this too. It's tough. There's a lot going on internally. And that's okay. You can sit with that, feel that, honor that. Surrender has been a big practice for me. Faith. I talked about this in my meditation practice video. So whatever you're working on, I hope you can use this video and what I've shared as fuel to know that we are in this together. It's safe to keep going. It's safe to take one step forward, one step at a time, to sit through whatever feelings come up as you do that, as you bravely step forward, and then to take the next step again and to trust yourself. I hope you found some inspiration to do that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.